Hello, everyone. My name is Alison Woodall, and I have an online guide called Make the Move that takes you step by step through the process of planning your move to a new state in the USA. And you can find out more at alisonwoodall.com. Well, today I am really looking forward to talking to Lucy Q, and she is a broker in the Fort Myers, Florida area. Lucy, welcome.
Hello, Alison. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited to connect with you and your audience.
Well, I am looking forward to talking to you all about how someone would go through the mortgage loan approval process. But before then, I would love to talk to you all about the Fort Myers area because it's one of my favorite places in the USA. So tell me what you love most about the area.
Oh my goodness, where do I start, Allison? First of all, we are the paradise of Florida. We are the best kept treasure. Literally, we are known as the paradise of Florida. We are surrounded by water. One of our cities here in our area, Cape Coral, has been ranked the #1 happiest place to live in the United States. We have amazing weather just about every day of the year. We have amazing affordability when it comes to real estate, which is my passion. I've been in real estate since the year 2000, broker since the year 2005. Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, that whole corridor is my playground in what I do. And it is phenomenal. It offers the best for, families, professionals, companies, corporations. I mean, we have everything and anything that anyone would want in our beautiful west coast of Florida.
I would add retirees as well, because it's just the most amazing place to retire to. And it's so well set up for retirees as well, because we lived in Tampa for 2.5 years. And so we would come down and spend weekends kind of in the Fort Myers area. And it's beautiful. But for the people who live in California, I know humidity is always a concern for them. How do you deal with humidity?
We are equipped for humidity. Kind of like the best example that I can give is New York and the northern states. They're equipped for their kind of weather. Well, we are equipped. So, yes, we have humidity, but we have amazing breeze. We have beautiful beaches. Everybody has a pool, or almost everybody has a pool. You could literally come home from work 90% of the year and go outside and enjoy the sunset, enjoy the cooling weather as the sun goes down, do a barbecue, have a glass of wine. We have water everywhere, so you can definitely go to any of the piers and just, have a relaxing dinner. And then, of course, we have AC everywhere we go. So we have air conditioning in the car. We have air conditioning in every single, public place that we go, whether it's a restaurant or shopping or whatever. So, we are equipped for our weather. But the beauty of it is that 90% of the year, you can enjoy a lifestyle of sun, breeze, and sunset. So I'll take the humidity because we know how to deal with it.
And I would agree. And it's only say, because we moved to Tampa in the summer, and that first month or so was it was an adjustment. And then after we'd lived there for a few months, once the temperature got down to like 55, I was like, oh my goodness, it's so cold. I want it to be, 85 again. And now we're back in Georgia. We try and go down to the Tampa area at least every 6 months. And as soon as I get close to Tampa and I can feel that warmth, it's literally, it's like it thaws me out inside and just makes me happy and warm and glowy. So I love that kind of heat.
Yes. And like I said, everything that we do is basically, built for the weather that we have. So, but if you're in the pool, you're not feeling the humidity. If you're at the beach, you're not really feeling it because you're enjoying all the other, atmospheres. So it really pays off.
Okay, well, wonderful. So we've addressed humidity. We also have to talk about hurricanes, because I know that people get very kind of nervous about the threat of hurricanes in Florida. So obviously you've just lived through a pretty significant hurricane. Can you kind of explain to me how you deal with hurricanes when you know they're coming, and then in the worst case scenario, the aftermath of a hurricane?
So I actually lived through Hurricane Andrew, which was in the early 2000s in Miami, right? That was a bad hurricane, category 5. When I moved to the West Coast, I lived through Hurricane Charlie, which hit a little bit north. This one, literally, we were, at the eye of the storm. Here's what I can tell you. We get enough advance notice, like days and days and days of notice. So, if someone is concerned, all you do is you secure your belongings, and you take your loved ones and you make it a mini vacation somewhere. People go to North Carolina, Georgia. But you know what I've been seeing? And this is something that I really want to express because I live here. This is where I work, where I live, where I play. The hurricanes end up going to the northern states as well. So I think Florida just gets the worst rap of the hurricane because when you look at it, they end up in North Carolina, they end up in the middle states, they end up in New York, New Jersey. So if I have to speak on behalf of Florida, which I'm more than happy to, we get so much advance warning that we have plenty of time to secure our homes. We have more than plenty of time to make the proper arrangements or decisions if we're going to stay and weather the storm. And so, you know what? I'd rather live in a place where I have way advance notice than all of a sudden being, blindsided by a tornado or an earthquake or one of these crazy, things of nature that we can't control. So when it comes to hurricanes, we have a lot of advance warning. And like I said, and even now, constructions, yes, there was a lot of properties that suffered a lot of damage because they were not where they needed to be or they were not up to code. But right now, the codes in our area for new construction, which we have a lot of, I mean, they are made to resist, category 5 hurricanes. So we're seeing a transformation, and I would not decide not to come to Florida because of the hurricanes.
I always say to people who live in California, even with a tornado, you get an hour or so's warning. You know that something's coming and you have enough time to seek cover. I was sitting at my desk in California, the one and only earthquake I've been through, and suddenly it just started, and it wasn't even shaking. It was like a sort of weird rolling, and it made me feel dizzy and weird for a couple of hours afterwards. And all my friends in California were like, was nothing. So I will take a hurricane that I get tons of advance notice for. And just like people in the Northeast just accept that snow is part of it, people in Florida don't even really think about it. If one's coming, you take action. And statistically, more hurricanes hit, I think it's that bit of North Carolina that sticks out than anywhere else in the US. So, okay. So I know how, and I lived in a travel trailer for 18 months in Tampa and was never worried about hurricanes. And hurricanes and tornadoes always take out trailers first. So I don't think it's an issue. So wonderful. So I think we've addressed all of those things.
Yes.
So let's talk about someone who's decided that your area is the area that they want to live in. They want that amazing lifestyle, the beautiful weather, all of that. What is the first step for someone who says, I'm ready to move to your area, I need to get approved for a loan, I need to buy a home? What do they do?
So the first step that they want to take is obviously, contact me and my team. We will walk you through the whole process. Yes, it all begins with what exactly are you looking to purchase when you come here? There's different programs for second home, vacation homes, investment properties. If it's your first time buying a home, because I know homes are not affordable in other places like they are here. I mean, we have such affordability. Right now, I can tell you, Alison, on the East Coast, when we talk about the East Coast, we're talking about Miami, we're talking about Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, West Palm Beach. I mean, we're looking at $800 to $1,000 a square foot. The beauty of our area, Southwest Florida, Lee, Collier, and Charlotte County, is we can find homes for $225 a square foot, $300 a square foot. I mean, the prices are so affordable. So obtaining a loan is very simple and very easy. We are very home purchase friendly, and there's a lot of good programs still, even though the interest rates across the nation have gone, up significantly. But when you purchase in Southwest Florida, it is very affordable and it is very buyer friendly. So me and my team, we focus on making the buying process very simple. We focus on your motivation, the purpose of you coming here. We focus on helping you get what you want in the time that you want it. So the initial consultation for me and my team is the most important part. We want to connect with you. We want to learn about you. We want to learn about, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and how we can help you make a game plan to reaching that here in Southwest Florida. And then obviously we're going to help you connect with a mortgage lender, mortgage expert, financial expert that is going to meet all your needs. For me, the most important thing is that you feel that you have chemistry with whoever you're working. So I'm never going to tell someone you have to work with this mortgage person. No, I will give you options. I will tell you who my preferred lenders are. But then once I know what you're looking for and what is important to your family, what is important to you, whoever else is purchasing the home with you, then I will have a good idea of who that mortgage person is that can meet those needs and those aspirations that you have.
Okay, and so I know I'm not a mortgage professional at all, but I know that the first thing is that if someone needs to get their credit in order. So if their credit is not so good, but can you work with someone who has not bad credit, but not 850 credit? Can you help them?
So, absolutely. As a matter of fact, in the year 2015, I started a very organic. I've always been focused on making the American dream a reality, right? So as a first generation immigrant into this country, I'm so grateful that I have made the American dream a reality, but then there's more to that. Now I can do other things, be in business for myself. So I always look to make these possibilities a reality for other people. Yes, there are rent-to-own programs. There are programs that we work with that I can guide and counsel people on that will give them the opportunity to lease with the right to purchase. And so definitely, credit challenges are not an obstacle for us, because I've surrounded myself, after being in the industry here, real estate industry, since the year 2000, with a lot of good advisors, experts in the business. So from mortgages to insurance people to credit restoration people, we can definitely help someone, be able to accomplish the home buying process. And so the rent-to-own program that I developed very organically is designed for people that maybe, sometimes we think it's only people that have credit challenges, but doctors, lawyers, attorneys, maybe they're relocating from another state and they don't have established, income or income generating activity in Southwest Florida. So they're going to need to wait a little bit. We can help them as well, but have the time to be able to close on a property and be mortgage able, right? So yes, definitely we can help anyone that has those type of challenges.
Okay. And then what about someone who maybe is a first-time home buyer and they don't have very much savings? What would you do if they, are there mortgages where you can put less down? You don't necessarily, I think, don't they always say it's like 10% you should put down? Is it, if you don't have 10%, can you get a mortgage loan with a smaller deposit or down payment?
So the lowest down payment is 3.5% for the FHA, right? First time home buyer. But there's also, if you're coming from another state, like most of the people that will be listening to this conversation probably are, then it all depends on how you're going to leverage maybe the investment that you have where you are now, and maybe also how you're positioned with your employment, how you're positioned with your finances. So we do a lot of frameworking for people, per se. So it's more than just, okay, we're going to help you get a loan, with one of our preferred mortgage lenders. Is, okay, let's really do a personalized, customized diagnosis of what's going to be your best game plan. So are you going to be able to leverage the 3.5% down? Or maybe because you are self-employed and you are able to provide the documentation. We even have programs that are no documentation, right? You can do a no doc, which is what it's called. Or maybe it's a investment property because you're going to keep the home that you have now, but you're going to rent it. And now we can provide that leverage and help you get into a 5% down. Worst case scenario, yes, it may have to be 10%, but there's so many different options. And again, our superpower in Southwest Florida is the affordability that we have in our home buying power and a home buying process. We have homes that are so affordable that when you really do the research and we guide you through that process, we surprise people and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think this was going to be possible.
So when you say affordable, affordable means different things to different people. Do you have any idea kind of what your average price point would be in the area?
Yes. So Lee County, right? Lee County is Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Cape Coral. We're right in the middle of what you would call Naples, which is on the south side, right? Collier County, Naples. I think the whole world knows Naples. And then we're right in the middle also of Port Charlotte. Our average sales price right now is approximately $390,000. Our taxes are the lowest in, I would like to say the nation, but they're very affordable property taxes. So that makes a big impact as well. Because when you're purchasing a home, it's the price of the home plus the taxes plus the insurance. Right now, when you add all that, when you look at being able to put a family or a business owner or a professional into a $400,000 home, and when you see what you're getting for your money, I mean, we're talking about a 1,500 square foot property with a double car garage on a quarter acre lot. I mean, you're like, you cannot buy a one room studio, anywhere on the East Coast for that. So it's very affordable. So when I say affordable, I'm talking about, the value of your dollar and what you get for your dollar. I'm talking about property taxes, and I'm talking about also insurance and what you would pay for an insurance to be able to insure a property of that purchase point, and still end up with a very comfortable monthly payment.
Okay, well, wonderful. So you mentioned at some point second mortgages, and I talked to someone once who was a broker, and because obviously if you're moving from a different state to Fort Myers, which is going to be most of the people who are watching this, is there a way, because there's always that kind of crunch, like if you're trying to sell your home in your other state, but maybe you've already found your property or you want to buy your new home before you sell your existing home, is there like you can get your home with you as a second mortgage, even though you may sell this first house and this would become your main mortgage? Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so happy that you asked me that. We have grown so much because of the people, let's say, for example, in New York, California, the high ticket price areas, that are selling their properties and moving here, they save money and end up with so much more money left over because obviously New York prices are very different than ours. So we have people that have moved here. I mean, literally, we have had, I think the numbers were about 350,000 new residents that moved to Southwest Florida, okay? Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Bonita, our corridor in the year 2022 because they were able to sell their property up north or on the west coast of the United States and come and buy a lot more for a lot less. So when we have someone that needs to do that, we negotiate the process. So maybe it's a pre-occupancy agreement where they're going to come in and start being responsible for the property, being responsible for everything as if they had closed, making their monthly payment based on what they would be paying if they were purchasing it. Obviously, there's details that go into this type of negotiation, but then it makes it a win-win because the seller here has someone that is ready, willing, and able to close. And then the buyer is able to also sell their property and transfer their monies. So that's an option that we've been able to do. So that's, we call that a pre-occupancy agreement. Other times we negotiate something like a simultaneous closing, or we find a way to bridge the gap, maybe through a bridge loan, okay? A bridge loan where the person that is selling, we help them secure a bridge loan that gives them, let's say 90 days to be able to acquire the property here in Southwest Florida. And then when they close on their property, New York, Boston, Chicago, wherever it is, California, then they'll be able to pay off that bridge loan and end up happily ever after in their new home.
Okay, because I know when I talk with people, that's always a big concern is, well, I know I want to move here, but what happens if I don't sell my home here? And because it's impossible for me to be an expert in all 50 states, that's
Right.
always one of the questions that I need to know if someone's watching, that there are options. So basically, whatever their situation is, you can help them and find them a solution.
Absolutely. And that I think is what I most am passionate about, is that I don't like taking no for an answer. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'm one of those people that likes to think out of the box, and I'm not afraid to explore possibilities that I feel are going to help our customers reach their destination, their dream, what it is they want to accomplish. We're very relentless. So, we will go above and beyond. And I've been able throughout these 23 years, been able to build a very strong community of experts. So I don't do mortgages, but I have a community of amazing mortgage people that will also do whatever it takes to help me and my customers reach the final goal. And then other advisors that also, like, for example, the credit restoration, or someone that needs whatever it is that they need. There's so many moving pieces to purchasing a home. And, and like I said, we have probably some of the lowest property taxes in the area. So when we compare apples to apples, there's so much more that people are getting for their dollar in the West Coast of Florida. And the lifestyle is just phenomenal. Cape Coral, for example, is known as the Venice of the USA, because it is said that we have more waterfront property than Venice, Italy. So, being able to come home, jump in your boat, navigate to the open Gulf of Mexico, enjoy a sunset, you can't do that everywhere in the United States. You
can't. And for anyone who's like, well, I don't have a boat, we joined a company called Freedom Boat Club, which is like a boat sharing company. So you don't even have to own your own boat to enjoy the amazing life on the water. You can just join one of these boat sharing companies and not have to have a dock, not have to have all of those, things that you think come along with boat ownership. You show up at the dock, take your boat out, go all around. It's great. So yeah, you don't have to sell me on the lifestyle. I'm fully love it.
Yesterday we were at dinner, my husband and I love going to waterfront restaurants, right? I love going to waterfront restaurants. I love watching the boats go by. I love watching the fish jump. Sometimes you see manatees, right? And there was this couple sitting next to us, and I asked them, I said, so are you local or are you visiting? And they're like, do you know a place called Ohio? And I said, yes, it's really cold there. They go, that's why we're visiting Cape Coral, because you can't get this where we come from. And and they were telling me about how they just come here and they just enjoy the years that they work so hard to build their nest egg, and they just enjoy sitting and relaxing over a nice dinner and just, sharing time together. They were a really nice couple. But there's so many people like that. Literally we have about 1,000 people moving to our area every month. There's plenty of room for more people to come down. There's plenty of opportunity. It's really worth taking a look at Southwest Florida, and exploring the possibilities. And my team and I are here to make it simple and fun, and go on this journey with anyone that wants to come and visit us.
Well, perfect. So before I get you to tell everybody how they can contact you, is there anything else that you think we haven't covered yet?
So I would like to tell everyone that we have plenty of job opportunities. A lot of times people think there's no jobs. Let me tell you, We have universities. We rank in the top 10 nationwide for education. So we are the perfect location for families with small children, for families that have, their kids going to college soon or high school right now. Our top employers are the health department. The Lee County Health Department, Lee Memorial Health Systems is the largest employers. But here's the beauty. We have all eyes on Southwest Florida, from big corporations like the Gardner Group, which are a nationwide organization, Chico's, everybody knows Chico's and their design and their clothing, Hertz. Hertz relocated their headquarters to our area. I think it was about 2016. And so many other, large corporations are looking at Southwest Florida to relocate. So we also specialize in relocation. And it is all because of the beauty in our taxes, business taxes. We don't have the double taxation that a lot of other states have to endure. We're not one of those high tax areas. And so that's what's so attractive. And there's just so much opportunity here. And if I could just wrap it up all together, is we have one of the best political landscapes. We lived through the worst experience that we have had in my existence, which was the pandemic. And the stories that I would hear about people having to, be on lockdown or whatever. And yet, even if we were at home, because obviously we had a time we were closed, we still got to go to our backyards. We still got to walk around our neighborhoods because of the weather. So it's just, our climate is so attractive that, whether you're looking to retire, now everybody can work from home, right? So what better thing than working from home and enjoy a beautiful sunshine outside, but you're still inside the air conditioning weather where it's comfortable. So I could just go on and on. I love my Southwest Florida area, and I want to bring a lot of people and help them relocate to our area.
If someone is ready to reach out to you and find out more, what is the best way for them to contact you?
So I am across all these social media platforms as Coach Lucy Q, right? Because now, after being a broker since 2005, owning my own Century 21 company, I've expanded into other arenas. So on social media, you can find me there, or you can just send me a quick text. My number is 239-878-0743, and myself and one of my team members will be so happy to welcome you with open arms. And we look forward to connecting and meeting with everyone.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I know you've helped so many people. I appreciate you talking to me.
Thank you, Alison. It's been an honor to be here, and thank you so much for the warm invitation. So long.